Hey guys, good morning. I'm Megan and this is The Painted Lip. Today I want to do kind of a series like what's new in makeup and is it an anti-haul? So just basically a series of showcasing what is new, either that's currently on the market or that will be coming up onto the market, and whether or not I'm going to buy it. Don't forget to subscribe down below and give me a thumbs up. It really helps my channel grow with more likes, and with this new partnering kind of being taken away come February, the more that I can get people to see my videos and views and subscribe, the better I will be. I'm a very small channel and your support is very much appreciated, and thank you to all of those who have subscribed and have found my channel. I look forward to talking with you a little more and having a community here. Anyway, so let's get started. So this new Too Faced White Peach palette. So I don't own any of the chocolate bar palettes, any of the peach palettes. It's not that I don't like Too Faced, because I used to, and I have tried like their foundation and chocolate chocolate bronzer, and I like it. I'm not a fan of fragrance in my makeup, and that goes for high-end versus even just adding like chocolate smell or peach smell. I just feel that any kind of fragrance added is actually more of an irritant to the skin, so that's that. The other thing too is just I've swatched them and they look really beautiful. I'll feel like kind of I'm inundated with Too Faced palettes coming out or launches. Christmas they had the chocolate gold, they had the white chocolate bar palette, they've had like I think it's clover palette, now they have the white peach palette. It's like whoa. I'm one of these people, if you come at me with too many things or too much information, I'm gonna kind of hightail and run the other way, you know? It's just, for me, it's too much, and I would rather them spend the time focusing in on a few launches rather than so many, because I want to make sure the quality is there. And I mean, I'm sure it is, but it's just too much for me, I feel. So it kind of makes me kind of go the opposite way. So that's the white peach palette. So I probably won't buy it. Plus, if you look at the colors, they're fairly pale in their color selection. So is it going to suit a lot of skin tones? I don't feel it is. The next one is the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette. I just don't necessarily want to buy anything from him. I do have two of his liquid lipsticks, which are amazing, I'm not going to lie, but I don't feel the need to support him. And the Blood Sugar palette, I'm looking at it, and I'm sure they're beautifully pigmented if they're anything like his liquid lipsticks. But I'm looking at this palette, and take away that red background, and these colors are already out there in warm palettes. I'm kind of tired of warm red, pinky, purpley colors. You had the Desert Dust palette by Huda, you have all the Naked Heats, and you have the Just Peachy, the Toasted palette. They're very similar, and while, you know, there might be a slight variation in colors, again, I don't feel necessarily that this is anything new that we haven't seen yet. I know a lot of times these take months for planning, so they can't help if everyone and their dog is bringing out warm palette colors if they've already been started in production like months and months ago, if that's what the trend is. But I'm not interested, so I'm not going to buy it. The next one I have here is the new palette in Danger Control, I think that's what it's called. 6 shimmery, iridescent, and glitter shadows. And again, I love NARS, and I do have, you know, their blushes and lipsticks and eyeshadows. I'm not interested in this particular palette. I mean, there's like a couple of lights and this sparkly purpley pink color. And it's fairly light. I mean, maybe it's highlighters, but I believe these are eyeshadows. So it looks it looks pretty, but I'm not interested in it. Sorry, Nars. Okay, next I have is the new Sugar Pill Little Twin Star. It's in collaboration with Sanrio. This looks absolutely adorable. I love Sugar Pill. I want to own more. I have one of their palettes, a Cold Chemistry palette, and I have, what else do I have of theirs? I have their Goldilocks pigment, and I think that's about it, but I want to get their Pro palettes, and maybe I should probably concentrate on that rather than looking to these little collaborations. But it's so adorable. It's got pink, and it's got a turquoise and gold and brown, and it's got a good mid-tone like crease color and bright colors. It's very spring-like, and it is so cute. And the cuteness factor aside, I might get it. I'm not totally against getting this, but with that said, if you look within the Pro palette collection, you probably can find colors that are very similar to what's offered in this little palette. So I will wait and see, and maybe just actually purchase a Pro palette instead. The next is the Kat Von D Divine collab. And this is kind of neat. I don't know, I'm not familiar with the Drag Queen Divine, but I like the color combination here. There's like a beautiful bright Kelly green, a navy blue, a blue, sky blue kind of color, a gray, a white, a black. So I'm tired of kind of Kat Von D's palettes having the standard white, a black, and there seems to be a gray or a bone color. So those ones you have almost like, whether it be her Shade and Light, her Pastel Goth, which did not have a black, by the way, which surprised me. Anyway, then if you take away that green, it looks like kind of a boring palette, to be honest with you. But that green just somehow kind of draws you in. So I might want to swatch it first before I get it. I want to see it in person. So I'm not totally sworn it off, but I haven't fully convinced myself that I want this palette. So that's okay. I'm trying to be better this this new year. So far I'm not doing so hot. Next I have on my list is the Anastasia Soft Glam palette. This, now you're gonna look at it and you're like, oh my god, that's so boring and it's so basic. And you know what, and you're probably right, but a lot of the colors that are in here are colors that you can probably find in the singles or that have been in other palettes. So as someone who only has really two palettes of Anastasia's, the Prism and the Modern Renaissance, I don't mind having colors that have been in previous palettes. Now there are three from the Modern Renaissance, which I think is, there's Cypress Umber, Tempera, there's one more that's also from that one, and I'm not too sure which one it is. But with that said, there are other colors here like Orange Soda, that is a classic Anastasia, Noir. There are other colors like Sienna, look really beautiful. Glistening, Dusty Rose. Now while I may have these colors already in my collection in terms of other palettes, this just looks like an everyday go-to kind of palette. I do like the quality of Anastasia's eyeshadows. However, I know there's this huge uproar about the subculture, and depending on how what the quality of these shadows are like, I might have to wait until it comes out so I can play with it, get a feel for it. But I most likely will purchase it because from the shadows that I see right here, they look absolutely beautiful. I think it's going to suit a lot of skin tones, and it's going to be quite an inclusive palette. You have your black and your Cypress Umber, which are going to deepen up looks. You've got your nice crease and transition colors. You've got your lid colors. If you want some shimmery products, you've got that too. So I think it's going to be a good all around. Is it something that's innovative and that's like, oh my god, new colors that you haven't seen? No, it's not. But I think for an all-around palette, I think sometimes she gets criticism for what color combinations Norvina puts in, but I think this one she'll probably get just, you know, fried because of because of the fact that it's a very I don't want to say neutral, but just a very natural palette, a soft glam, if you will. And I love the fact that it was for her mom. I think that's great, and I can definitely see Anastasia. Not knowing her personally, but if she's a very classic kind of lady, then I can see her definitely wearing those. Okay, and the next one is the MAC Jeremy Scott collaboration. This is really cool. I love the packaging. I think the packaging is right on. It's like old cassette, CD player, or no, CDs I should say, and what looks like to be a boombox. The eyeshadow palette. I'm looking at it here, and the packaging aside, I'm not interested in the lips. I'm not really interested in the blush and bronzer, but the actual boombox itself has a good variety of bright shades. It has a good variety of neutral shades. Just look good. But a lot of times MAC's palettes do lack in quality and pigmentation. And so I, again, would want to see these in person. Probably will sell out, but I love Jeremy Scott, and I think he's awesome. And I love, just again as a collector's piece, it'll be super cool. Now, the eyeshadow palette does go for $75, and that is American, not Canadian. So that's going to be probably closer to $90 here in Canada. So that would be it'd have to be pretty awesome in order for me to even remotely purchasing it. Okay, next one is the collaboration with Kristen Leanne. Now, I am not subscribed to her channel. I am aware of her because I know the Arctic Fox hair dye, and she's got a very funky vibe to her, and I enjoy that. And I look at this palette, and I love the colors, and from what I've seen in reviews, like the color saturation is just stunning. And the colors are interesting. It's the layout. The layout freaks me out, man. Like, I'm not even OCD about stuff, but it's just like, I understand I'm supposed to mimic and kind of conjure up a kaleidoscope type when you're looking through it, but it's kind of freaking me out. However, I would like to see the colors and it in person, so I probably will purchase it just because the colors look absolutely beautiful. Next one is Julius Place Festival Palette. The swatches look beautiful. I like the color combination. This is different. Yes, it has reds in it, but it also has some other beautiful, beautiful tones in it. The one thing though I will have to say, that pink is throwing me off. I'm never going to use that color pink, to be honest with you. I'm not drawn to that bright of pink. Now, everything else looks absolutely beautiful. Okay, I have it right here. The blue is really cool. I like that mustard yellow, that orange, the red, that orangey red color, and the white. Now, one thing I wish they would have included is kind of a darker color to kind of bring it all together and deepen up that crease. Because right now these are all bright and kind of that mid-tone color. But really pretty. I don't own any of Julius Place, even though I want to. It's one of the new brands that I want to start using in 2018, that and Colored Rain. But I don't know if I want to start off my collection with this particular Julius Place palette. I don't know. I look at it and it's just not a cohesive finished palette. I will have to reach for other palettes in order to finish this one off, kind of thing. But nonetheless, it's a very, very cool looking palette. A new Kylie Blue Honey. I probably will not buy this. That's a definite hard, full stop, hard one. Hard no. Now, I do like the colors offered here. That green and that other green and that kind of honey camel color. Really pretty. But this is just like the subculture. That you know, similar kind of tones. I do like the color combination, and if it wasn't, I know I'm being biased and this is perhaps very judgmental of me, but I don't want to support Kylie. I'm sorry. If I would probably purchase the subculture palette over this one, to be honest with you, if I wanted that color shade grouping. And I also am going to look to my own collection with this, because if this is the trend coming into spring, I'm all for it. It's away from that warm red, pink, orange tones and into the green, bronzy, yellow tones. And I'm just happy to see something that's new. So good on her for this, but I'm not interested in buying any Kylie products, sorry. Next is the Bite Beauty Zodiac Lipstick Collection. So I enjoy the concept of this. I love Bite Beauty lipsticks. I love how each month, according to Zodiac, will be offered and showcased and revealed. So right now it's the Aquarius. I believe the next one will obviously be Pisces, which is mine. And I'm not interested in buying, I think, the whole collection, but depending on what mine is, I might purchase mine. One, because I think Bite has beautiful quality, and I do enjoy their formulations. So again, not buying the whole collection, but might purchase the one that is for my astrological sign, Pisces. Oh, what I wanted to talk about, I'm a big foundation fanatic, so there's a new one offered from Bobbi Brown, and there's another one from Christian Dior, or the one from Bobbi Brown, it looked like online that there was a lot of shade selection, and that's commendable. However, when I looked to Sephora, there was only, I don't know, there was I think less than 15 colors, and they were all light mid-tone, so I'm not impressed with that. I've seen some reviews on it and it looks pretty good, so I'm kind of a quandary for lack of a better word, because I feel like if you're gonna have that many shade selection, make that many, then why don't you have them in all of your markets? Canada, and especially Toronto, is a very diverse multicultural city, and not to have those other shades available is, I don't understand it. We've come down on Tarte and their Shape Tape colors, and it's one thing because they didn't actually have them available, but now a company has them and is not offering them to the entire market. I don't know how I feel about that, so I'm kind of not sure. The other one I'm looking at is the Christian Dior, I think it's called Undercover. The Fluid Matte. And again, I've seen beautiful reviews on that, so I want to look at it. I want to look at the colors that are being offered. I'm a very much tactile person. I like to touch, I like to try, I like to see how it wears on my skin. So I'm more leaning towards more of the Dior one, more so than the Bobbi Brown one. And yeah, so we'll go from there. So thanks for watching, guys. And so thanks, guys. Bye.